This is Bible Stories in 5 Minutes. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to 5-Minute Bible Stories. Tonight we are on day 15 of our 25 Days of Christ as we're focusing Christ in Christmas. We're focusing on the life of Christ, learning about Him as we go through our 5-minute Bible stories. As we learn through each of these, tonight we're going to be reading out of John chapter 4, verses 5 through 30. So let's get started on that. It says, So he came to a town in Samaria called Sychar. Near the plot of ground Jacob had been given his son Joseph. Jacob's well was there. Jesus, tired as he was from the journey, sat down by the well. It was about noon. When a Samaritan woman came to draw water, Jesus said to her, "Will you give me a drink?" His disciples had gone into the town to buy food. The Samaritan woman said to him, "You are a Jew, and I a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink?" For Jews did not associate with Samaritans. Jesus answered her, "If you knew the gift of God and who it is that asked you for a drink, you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water." "Sir," the woman said, "you have nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. Where can you get this living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us the well and drank from it himself, as did also his son and his livestock?" Jesus answered, "Everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again, but whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give them will become in them a spring of water welling up to eternal life." The woman said to him, "Sir, give me this water so that I won't get thirsty and have to keep coming here to draw water." He told her, "Go, call your husband and come back." "I have no husband," she replied. Jesus said to her, "You are right when you say that you have no husband. The fact is, you have had 5 husbands, and the man you now have is not your husband. What you have just said is quite true." "Sir," the woman said, "I can see that you are a prophet. Our ancestors worshipped on this mountain, but the Jews claim that the place where we must worship is in Jerusalem." "Woman," Jesus replied, "believe me, a time is coming when we will worship the Father, neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem. You Samaritans worship what you do not know. We worship what we do know, for salvation is from the Jews. Yet a time is coming, and has now come, when the true worshipers will worship the Father in the Spirit and in truth, for they are the kind of worshipers the Father seeks. God is Spirit, and His worshipers must worship in the Spirit and in truth." The woman said, "I know that Messiah, called Christ, is coming. When He comes, He will explain everything to us." Then Jesus declared, "I, the one speaking to you, I am He." So just then His disciples returned and were surprised to find Him talking with a woman, but no one asked, what do you want, or why are you talking with her?" Then, leaving her water jar, the woman went back to town and said to the people, "Come see a man who told me everything I ever did. This could be the Messiah." They came out of the town and made their way towards Him. You know, one of the things about this is most women in those days came to the well either early in the morning or in the late evening. They didn't come at noon because noon was high time. It was hot. It was that says a lot about the woman who was at the well. Obviously, she had 5 husbands and was living with one who was not her husband then. So that's something to realize, is who she was, and yet Jesus still took the time to talk to her and offer her the word. It's important. Just because people are sinners, just because people sin differently, we need to remember that everyone is deserving of hearing the word. It's up to God to decide if they follow. It's up to them to accept Jesus in their heart, but everyone is worthy of hearing the word of the Lord. The summary says Jesus teaches a Samaritan woman drawing water at a well. He teaches that only He is the source of salvation and eternal life. Jesus declares that He is the promised Messiah. So questions to focus on tonight says, what did Jesus mean when He said He would give living water? How can you drink living water? Number 3, how did Jesus treat the Samaritan woman? Think about these and think about how it relates into your life as we go through this next 24 hours and before we bring on the next one, as we focus back on 25 Days of Christ. I want to thank you guys for joining us. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up His countenance upon you and give you peace. God bless you all, and we'll see you tomorrow.